Ni hao and konnichiwa. I say that because this is a Chinese car that was really a Japanese car. So, on this model here, it's an Xcartoys branded model, by the way, and it's of the ChangAn Happy Prince. I think that's what that text is supposed to say. I didn't take Google Translate to this box, but Wikipedia is telling me, and the internet is telling me, this is a ChangAn Happy Prince, but also known as the Suzuki Alto. So, Japan made the Suzuki Alto originally, and in Japan, or well, domestically, began selling it in 1984, but oddly began selling it in 1983 in India. And then Pakistan was the last running country to sell this thing in 2019. So, different countries make it under different names. But China, in 1990, the China Ordnance Industries Corporation, they bought the rights to this vehicle. But then in 1993, the Chang'an automobile took over production of this vehicle. So that's what makes me think that's what this is, but I could be totally wrong because this is all Wikipedia stuff. Wikipedia is saying this Chang'an Suzuki was using the F8B engine, which I believe made around 40 horsepower because it's only an 800cc inline 3-cylinder. So, not the biggest engine. Of course, it's not the biggest car either. I don't know what this Y101 means. I kind of feel like it's a series and then what model in the series, but I don't know because they throw all these different letters on their boxes, Xcartoys, from my experience. There is some info in Chinese, I guess. Yeah, 1984, 86, and then some other stuff. It is licensed though. But see, why wouldn't it be licensed by Chang'an if they bought the rights to, well, whatever, politics? Oh, yeah, definitely a small model. Great packaging, though. It's not wasteful. You can collect the box and not feel like it's going to take up too much space in your place. So these are pictures of a Chang'an version, not a Suzuki. So this is supposed to, I guess, I read an article. This is a fake air intake. It doesn't really work or anything like that. But it is an appropriate color choice that Xcartoys did. And then it's got these funky, weird side wings, I guess. These, I don't know, strange, right? The wheels do seem to match up pretty well. It's got this little cladding on the lower side. Oh yeah, the taillights, I guess. It's missing the orange on the model, but these X-Car toy models aren't very overpriced. I mean, they seem to be well priced with shipping included. I buy all of mine off AliExpress. Okay. Alright, so looking at those photos, it seems pretty good. We have a nice metallic blue on this one. And then we have some raised bumps here with some reflector orange and a depression though here for the key. That's smart. That's depressed because you put a key into a door. But most castings it's a bump, right? Because it's easier to paint. This is a little depression here, but the door handle is raised and painted black. The fuel filler looks okay there. Then we have the silver molding on the bottom and some sort of Chinese characters there. This one doesn't have suspension like the trucks I have from Xcartoys. Really small tires. Let's see about the lug nut details. You're not going to get brakes. The one criticism I have for this brand is their sidewalls are too flat. They just don't look like there's air inside of them. But they do have tread patterns, so it looks like a relatively modern tread. Right back out here, we've got some black paints for the window molding. This is a recess. It's actually a groove. And it looks black, but I don't think it's painted. I think that's a really smart way for them to save on paint costs by just having a groove, right? The mirror is casted in, but that's fine. There's no paint or anything like that. And then here's that fake hood scoop. It is actually painted. Yeah, alright, I thought it was a totally different color, but no. With my own eyes, it is painted, I think, yeah. Are those, no? I don't know if those are supposed to be bumps for the wiper fluid or they're contaminants. They're just so, I don't know. There's a dent here in the casting though. Ribs here are okay, they're depressions. The headlights look great. They're clear lenses, but then they molded in a light bulb back there. It's all silver painted. Oh, look at these graphics. These are great. This is Hot Wheels style, but better. You know, that looks like a light bulb, even though it's just paint, right? This one actually has color in it. Nice. Okay, so the Chang'an. So I was correct. It is a Chang'an. All right. The grill texture looks good. Sadly, there's nothing on the plate, though. Would have been nice if it said, like, Happy Prince. This thing has molded in wiper blades, some blackout paint on the windscreen there. The roof has some painted protruding rails for probably a rack or something. They don't stick up much, though. And then this rear wing thing has a depression. I'm sure on the real one there's air passing through there. This side of the car, I don't see any, well, a little contaminant right there. Otherwise, it seems alright. The rear bumper is part of the casting. It's just painted there. The front bumper is as well. Okay. So we have Alto. We have Chinese text there. I think that's a dot for the key, maybe. A little lock, possibly. There's something there. And then really thick translucent lights. And also molded light bulbs back behind them. 2 of them. So good. Some printed on the surface rear backup lamps, painted over the silver with this translucent red. Sadly, no license plate, but some contaminants. And then, yeah, that wing there is okay. Yeah, alright. I was zoomed in a lot, so maybe not fair for a model this costing this much. So, Xcartoys does a good job telling you when they made the thing, roughly, what scale it is. That's their brand info. And then in this case it's Suzuki English brand info. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you it's a Suzuki Alto or a Happy Prince. That would have been nice. Yeah, those treads are nice. The tires also seem appropriate in their size. And then we have a standard black molded interior. I'm not going to bother opening this because I don't see any additional paint apps. Yeah, okay. Door panels also have some details. Seat belt buckles there on the back seat and the front seat. Yeah, alright. Let me pull out the spin coaster. I was just looking for some more defects, but I don't see them. Oh, yeah. They all roll. I think all Xcartoys roll. So although Suzuki is capable of making large vehicles, like the XL7 SUV they made a ways back, they mostly seem to make small vehicles. So I'm going to bring out a few. So this is a TLV branded front 360. So this is a 360cc. This is one of the early K cars in Japan. This is a Konami of a Suzuki front coupe. Later on, the Japanese increased their K-Class sizing, so this is a more modern K-Class vehicle. It's made by a brand called Toyosha, and it's a WIT MR wagon. And then here's a CM's branded Suzuki SX4 rally car. So the original K-Class cars were comically small, you know, but they got tax breaks, and if you live in Tokyo, it's probably an advantage to have a small car so you can drive around and park easier. This is falling definitely in the middle of the road. I'm not sure if this is ever considered a K-Class car, but it's definitely smaller than a modern K-Class car. But all K-Class cars are smaller than compact cars. Alright. So, we seem to have another winner by Xcartoys. Before I forget, actually, the reason why I bought this is I was watching Silver64's channel. He bought this long before I did. But it's pretty much the reason why I bought this. I was watching his review of it. He did a review on a whole bunch of this brand. And that's why I don't like rolling models. Yeah, so he's in my subscriptions. If you want to check out his channel, he buys a lot of cool stuff. He seems to really like F1 stuff as well. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll get some more Xcartoys in whenever they get some new castings out there. Alright, take care. Bye.